Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer's here. Butler's in the other room, and your boys are holding down the couch. And I don't mean your balls.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So I saw a video yesterday, I believe. It was circulating the Facebook.
I just, as soon as I saw it, I immediately started laughing.
Yeah.
Uncontrollably laughing.
So there was a child that was whipped up in the air at a Taiwanese kite festival.
Yeah, Taiwanese
Yes.
kite festival.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you think of, Japan, China, anywhere in Asia, traditionally, they are more kitey than we are.
Yeah. There are a lot of kites.
They're the kite folks.
Yeah.
Like, I'll throw this out there because
don't
this
we
is
have
true.
kite
No,
festivals?
we're the gun folks.
I think we
Gun
do,
festival.
but they're
Yeah.
not as popular.
We have
here.
we had a gun festival last weekend.
But you know what? When we have gun festivals, we never do what I imagine a gun festival should do, which is everybody goes outside and just starts shooting their guns in the
No,
air.
that's only for kite people.
Yeah.
See how it works?
There is American Kite Flyers Association.
No, don't talk
called
about it.
AKA.
Yeah,
They have their
I
own
get
little
it.
festival.
yeah.
But is
We
it?
have a gun festival called AK.
That's right.
It's way better.
But they don't never shoot them in the air like I want.
Well, they
because,
do, just not all at the same time, because it would just be raining down.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. Yeah, the bullets. It was a hit your head. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's
It's like,
no big deal.
Ouchie.
So anyway, at this kite festival, now I never understood from the video or even from what I read how the girl got whipped up in the air. Was she just
Okay,
holding
she got
on?
tangled.
Yeah. So no one really even noticed her. They were already getting ready to release the kite. And they didn't see that she was near the tail, and it says no one really saw how she got entangled up
These
in the
things
tail
are
of it.
massive, so it would you could tangle any of us
Yeah.
in it. I mean, they're huge mega kites. Here,
I don't think it would lift an adult though. I mean, the fact that she was
it
3
would
years
lift
old.
Vern Troyer.
Okay, well, yeah,
Well,
it would lift a little
the body,
person.
the body of a
Or Dallas Buyers Club.
a super skinny. I don't know. I mean, how
Tuttle,
big is the
possibly
kite?
Tuttle.
Because
Here, I'll show you.
This
Here.
is the tail of the kite. Okay, here we
Here's
go.
the video.
So,
Very
look at her! Whoa!
Scary moment Sunday for a toddler.
Oh,
in Taiwan.
man.
According to
Look at
you
him
see
go.
how
a
high?
2-year-old girl was taking part in
watch
scary
again.
moment
Yeah, do
Sunday
again.
for a
Whoa!
toddler in Taiwan. According to reports, the 3-year-old girl was taking part in a kite festival when she got
Yeah, you gotta
tangled
be-
in a large kite. Video shows her being
Flown up with a
flung
kite?
into the
Don't
air.
show
The
your
child
children
was not
that.
hurt.
Hey, this
Look
could be
at it.
you, Tommy. Yeah, get your son in here. I want him to see.
I'm gonna get a big kite like this.
Tommy,
Oh
you
my
want to fly?
God.
You want to fly like this, buddy?
Look at that kid.
Very scary moment Sunday
Look
for
at
a
him go.
toddler in Taiwan. According to reports, the
Like, see, I started laughing.
Shut up, old man. I'm trying to play Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, he doesn't give a
Get my
damn.
stupid kites.
So
He doesn't
the
even know what a kite is.
the kite tail wraps around the little girl and then pulls her up. You don't hear any screams or really anything because obviously things are happening rather quickly.
Yeah.
But
She just-
if that kid falls from there, I mean, obviously you could get hurt. But I would argue that being 3 and more rubbery, the kid falls, dust them off fine.
yeah,
Man-
they got rubber bones.
She was high.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you? I mean, maybe it's an optical illusion because of where the angle of the camera was filming.
Well,
but
it's shooting straight up.
And it also says she was in the air for 30 seconds. That's actually quite a bit of time.
That's not 30 seconds. so
No,
the video
that's
must
not
have-
30 seconds.
Well, somebody must have had the time to go like, oh, let me get my phone and film this kid in the sky.
yeah, because you see her, she's like going up and down on the tail of the kite. So the kite is already flying. That's what's causing
Right.
her to be
Well,
lifted.
they kind of, it's like not completely up in the air. They're like kind of holding it, but it's still getting like whipped kind of low to the
Yeah,
ground. And
it's-
then they release it, and then she goes, "Phew!"
Yeah, it's like tethered for startup.
Gotcha.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
you
Yeah, you
know, it's just like
slowly-
with my stunt kite. You got to start it, have the person holding it.
Yeah.
And then they start it, and then it goes. And then once it's up, it's up.
Then you let the line
Yeah,
out.
you let it out. You
Anyway.
move your wrists back
So
and forth.
she was lifted several meters above the sky. Or
several
I'm sorry,
me-
above the ground, and she twisted a few times above everyone.
Well, they
up
make
there
it-
for about 30 seconds.
Hold on, they downplayed it because several meters is technically 6 feet, and she was 30 feet in the air.
Well,
It looked
several
like-
we don't know. I, mean,
I
that
don't
could
think she
be-
was that high, man. I think we're thinking it.
Okay.
I think it's
was she
one of those
20 feet? I mean, 20 feet's not even that high. I mean, it's two of these, two
Pretty
stories.
high to go flying in the air.
It is.
I think balcony height. whatever that would be.
Dude,
second story balcony height.
Play that video game. It looks like she is 50 feet in the air, right? I mean, and I know like, so
she looks pretty high in a lot of these. I'm seeing like stills. Yeah, that looks.
Yeah, I mean
there's a photo. It's gonna play some dumb commercial again, but
God, but you know,
I don't
that
think,
could be an optical illusion.
I think it's just because it's angled up.
Yeah.
I think we think it looks, and yes, the kid was airborne. Yes,
and there's kites in the background, so it looks higher than it actually is.
It's like the perspective of what we're seeing kind of alters the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think she was about, like balcony height. And I
20 feet.
think if my daughter jumped off a second-story balcony and landed, she has.
But look at that! Hold on! Look at that! Look at the second whip. Okay, so go back and play the second whip. Look how. Okay.
So, hold on, I'm going back.
Yeah. Look at that! There, like
That's pretty high. I mean, it appears to be.
It appears
that possible. I also like the baseball playing kite that's kicking his legs behind her. Look at it! Look at him go. He's just like. Or it's an astronaut kite.
And so
he's kicking his legs.
She was tangled. She wasn't just holding on with her hand.
Yeah, I think it wrapped her up.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying it's almost like, think about those people at Cirque du Soleil that fly on the scarves.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like
they wrap them, so they don't fall. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they do that trick where they roll themselves up in the scarf all the way to the top, and then they let it go. Like they're falling, and then at the last minute they're like, and they catch it with like their taint.
Yeah.
They're like, hey.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh.
She only had mild abrasions on her.
Yeah, she's fine.
Well, she came down gently, and then
they
pulled
her down.
Oh, they pulled her. Okay, gotcha. Because she didn't whip, because you know those videos of the flying tubes. Like they get up and then they're like,
they get mad of being up there and they just go whack.
Yeah, they're up there flying and you're like, look at them go. And then all of a sudden they start seeing wobbly. They're like, oh, this is bad. And then when it falls, it doesn't just gently fall like a leaf. It's like, yeah.
It goes completely over. It does like it does like the Macarena move where you flip your hand completely over and it just whacks it.
And then it's seemingly using its speed to aggressively whack you against the ground.
At that point is when the boat tube becomes self-aware. I feel like that's what it looks like, and then it's like, no, whack.
Yeah, this for sure. We're so safe here in the United States that we would have like tons of construction, like the fencing around the area that the kites were being prepared.
Oh, we never even get close.
Yeah. Like now it's just like kids running around on the kite tails, like whoa.
Although I was surprised at the Baldwin Park did a balloon festival last year or 2 years ago. I think it was last year though.
Most balloon festivals that I've known is a hot air balloon.
Yeah, they did it right over here. It was hot air balloons. And they literally, we walked over there with Maisie. It was me and Maisie, and then we saw Mr. Egg over there. That's Dirty Jim or Jim Colbert. And we saw him over there, and they had the flame. They had the baskets. You could walk in, there's fire everywhere. It was like, I mean, anybody could. It was very dangerous.
So would they launch hot air balloons from the field?
They couldn't. They were supposed to, but the weather was so bad that they just blew the fire.
Oh, well, that stinks.
They're like, well, while we're out here, we can't fly any balloons, but we'll blow the fire.
Well, then it's just an old nerd in a basket shooting fireball.
Yeah.
It's not a balloon.
A hot air balloon with no balloon is weird because it's just a nerd in a basket with a torch.
Yeah. Boy, like, have you ever been in a hot air balloon?
Oh, let me send you this video. This is from the beginning of it.
Oh, so
this
she's
is
in
a better angle.
So she's
she
up
goes
there a while.
way up there, dude.
All right, so negate the whole 2 stories thing we said. Let's go 75 feet.
I wonder if their media downplays. Okay, hold on.
I'm sure because it also the more and more I look at different sources, some of them are just like, oh, she got tangled up. Oh, she only had minor. This is like now it's straight up like it got wrapped around her neck and yanked her up into the sky.
By her neck?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's
like that could have ended very badly.
Yeah, that changes the story completely, doesn't it?
Check the video I just sent you from Good Morning America.
I wonder if Taiwanese.
Oh no, I'm sorry, it was today.
Taiwanese like print and news downplays things.
I'm sure because this is a huge festival for them. So they don't want it to look like it's unsafe for children.
But what's odd is that in the United States, this would have been like a 3-year-old girl goes on a death ride up like hundreds of feet in the air, like we sensationalize.
Watch this stuff.
They knock things down. Interesting. That's
here is the.
This is from the Today Show.
This is the Today Show.
Taiwan. I'm not watching.
Watch this.
Whoa! Wow!
Wowie.
Now she's still in the air, dude. That's her still in the air. That is way higher. That is high.
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah, that's
Help that kid.
Look at her go.
Wowie. Only with a couple of scrapes, not seriously injured, thank goodness. Festival organizers
How terrifying!
after that incident.
That poor thing.
I understand why.
Why is that so funny to me? My God.
Well, she's fine.
She's okay, yeah. She wasn't okay, though.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God, that's
Imagine
terrible.
how scared you'd be.
I think it would happen so quickly. I don't even know if even at, like how I am now.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd realize what's happening. I'd just be like, "What is? Aliens are attacking."
Well, okay. So with a big enough kite, could you lift up a full-grown human? I'm
With
sure.
I think
with a
so,
big
because
enough-
people go like kite boarding, and
think
then
with
people
a-
will get some
You're right.
air.
Yeah.
Andrea's family does that. They
If
surf
it's
on
strong
kites.
winds,
Hey, remember-
wind is
yeah,
strong.
With a big enough kite, you can take over the world.
Dude,
Tom.
remember that guy with a kiteboard that got caught in like an updraft, and then he went
During a
like,
hurricane.
Well, he went near like the Tampa Bay buildings. Like it was some crazy height that he got up to, like hundreds of feet. He was blown up. That is nuts.
That is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Also, the fact that they said several meters, and that was obviously
because that could range anything.
Yeah, but when you say several, it's intended to mean a little amount,
Yeah.
right? You know, like that's
Like most people
That's an
agree-
adjective that downplaying this, then because it's more than several meters. Like you would have said dozen meters or dozens of meters.
Yeah, something's off with that.
Even if you say dozens of meters, it could be 2 dozen, and that's more of like 24 feet, and or whatever. I don't know.
Let's see here. Grady Season's in our Twitch chat room, and you can
Actually,
watch
no,
the show.
I'm way wrong. That'd be 30 feet. Dozens of meters would be like 60 feet. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Bad
You're
enough.
not a meters guy.
Right.
You
that's
know?
right.
Why just say feet?
Yeah, just tell us.
Well,
if
I don't know.
you
It's
know, we don't
it's
know.
way up in the air.
Yeah.
Grady Season's in our Twitch chat room. You can watch the show every day. Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. He says David Blaine is doing a stunt soon where he's going to float away with a bunch of helium balloons. I read that too. He's doing what that guy did, that pissed off guy. Remember that tied all the balloons to his chair.
Yeah, the old man.
The crazy old man. He floated himself up, and then he killed him. Eventually, years later, he killed himself. Super sad.
He got up there with a BB gun, but other people have done this. In fact, me and Logic Man Andy wanted to do this as part of stunt for the Counterparts video.
Yeah.
And because he was like, I'll just wear a bass rig, and that way
Let's do it with Butler over this field.
And it was relatively safe. Like he did the math. He's like, I need this many weather balloons. He's like, I'll float up, and then I'll bring a BB gun, and I'll just shoot the balloons down, and then I'll just jump out. Anyway, it's not that crazy. So David Blaine is like, all right, you're doing something that my buddy could have done, or anybody,
This was
any
like a
skydiver.
Yeah, but wind can take you out, man. Like
but if
one
you-
big gust of wind that could slam you to the ground.
Well,
Or throw you into power lines or anything.
yeah,
Yeah, but he's not going to
There's
do
a
it in the
risk
middle
here.
of. He's not going to start like in the
yeah,
middle
he's
of
gonna
like
be in the desert,
downtown Puerto Rico.
I thought he was
There's
doing it
old
in
power lines.
I thought he was doing it in like
everywhere.
New York or something. No,
Yeah, he's not leaving from like a
yeah.
horrible infrastructure San
Yeah,
Juan
yeah.
where there's old like wire.
Watch out for the cats.
He's like, my God, there's
alley
like, there's like
cats.
goat standing on that church bell
Yeah, yeah.
over there. He's
Yeah, he's gonna be in
Oh,
some.
he changed it. So it was supposed to go from New Jersey to New York, and now he's changed it, the location to Arizona. So there you go.
nothing there.
Yeah, no wind, no
Yeah,
skyscrapers.
he goes over in the air. It's a nice flight.
Is he gonna have a parachute with him or no parachute?
I'd
because
have to do a lot more research.
he had
He's gotta have a shoot on him, dude.
you would think so, but if he did, then I go back to this is not that impressive because I'm virtually certain any base jumper would do this if they
Says
they
he has
knew.
a parachute.
Okay, well then, yeah.
So then
it's not that
any
impressive.
base jumper that does this would feel relatively comfortable knowing their height.
And
in
it-
fact, they're going to be more. Does he skydive a lot?
Blaine,
Yeah,
he probably took.
He strikes me as a skydiving
He
guy.
probably got us certified. He knows how to.
Isn't
skydive.
Tiger Woods like that? Isn't he like an adrenaline junkie?
Yeah, I think he knows. Like
Like-
he probably got his like first level skydiving.
So he
Diving.
rescheduled because it was supposed to happen today. Well,
Oh.
when this comes out, we're pre-recording. So
So this kid beat him to it.
he rescheduled due to unfavorable weather and wind conditions. Well, that would be the challenge.
Yeah, you
right?
shouldn't get to reschedule it. You should have to do it in the wind and the rain.
Because if you have enough weather, this is a simple stunt.
He has 500 jumps. Somebody in our Twitch chat room, let's see, Corrupt Reality already knows all the answers here. So thank you for your info. Appreciate it.
I mean, 500 jumps is
a decent amount of
is
jumps.
a decent amount where you have your understanding. Now, there is a danger in the first couple hundred feet because a regular rig, that's why my buddy Andy wanted to use a base rig, because a regular skydiving parachute won't open in time of a couple hundred feet. But a base rig is packed so that it pops open fast, is violent. A regular skydiving rig opens slowly, so it's not as a jarring.
Yeah, it's like a gentle release. Yeah.
But if you wear a base rig, and you can skydive with a base rig, it's just way more harsh of the parachute release. So once you,
he's trying. His plan is to go as high as he can, as high as possible, with these balloons until he quote disappears in the sky. And his idea is to jump down and land safely with a parachute.
Oh, this is stupid. I'm telling you, this any skydiver could do this.
Isn't this what that the Red Bull guy did? Except just
Baumgartner, and then the Microsoft guy did it right after and broke his record.
Yeah, but he took a balloon.
He went to the stratosphere,
way high, and then jumped out.
Yes.
So they're doing exactly the same.
A poro version, because he's not wearing a spacesuit like that. That guy Baumgartner went to the stratosphere. Like he had to wear essentially an astronaut suit.
He's just wearing a lightweight harness from his wrist to his shoulders.
So he knows
he's holding it. Like he's not. It's not like he's sitting down. So
he's just holding
his arms will get tired.
So he's gonna hold the balloons like Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, because it's got still images of him practicing with
he shouldn't get to practice. It's show up. Here's your balloons. Go.
So that
no parachute.
So that's the stunt.
Don't we have a helium shortage? I feel like we don't need to use this for a David Blaine stunt.
It's just more expensive.
We use it to cool down serious electronics, right?
And it's like industrial purposes. Yeah,
like industrial cooling.
These are giganto helium balloons. He's
hate
wasting our helium.
Butler was huffing the last of our. We had a.
Oh yeah, that one. That pure helium.
I mean, we had a pure helium balloon in here that Butler got me for my birthday, June 12th, and it lasted. It just hit the ground yesterday.
Yeah, we watch it every day.
On Friday, Butler was huffing it.
Yeah. So this is the stunt.
I do feel like his stunts are waning down.
Yeah, because there's only so much you can do, and in a world where you see stunts everywhere, like I see the Nitro Circus guys do stunts like a montage of 1,000 crazy stunts. It's like I'm not impressed by David Blaine. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw a triple backflip 1 second ago on the internet, and I don't watch your stupid balloon stunt. It's like, all right,
it's not impressive. Now I have to look for things that are unique that make me laugh, like this Taiwanese girl. I'm glad she's okay. That's not why I'm laughing.
This is
or like
accident.
when Lady Gaga jumped off the during the Super Bowl. That's hilarious. I'll watch that.
Yeah. So he's holding on to the balloons,
a cluster of balloons,
with just his grip strength. So that adds danger, because if you did fall off before you reached a height where it's safe to jump, you could die. Obviously,
I don't know why I'm laughing at that.
I'm almost certain he probably has a safety mechanism where his harness is attached to the cluster of balloons as well. He's not just. I don't think he's just.
Yeah, how could he not? He's just holding it one hand.
Well,
no, he's got both hands, but like you're pulling yourself up a gym rope or something. But I think there's some type of
maybe if you so you know how fast these balloons will gain altitude, right? Like there's a calculation that they know, right? So like this many weather balloons with your weight,
probably faster with the less wind resistance.
Yeah. So they probably are like, all right, all you need to do is hold on longer than 2 minutes, and you'll be way past the height where it's safe to jump. You know what I'm saying? So he just has to train holding on to something for 2 minutes.
And he also he has been training with Baumgartner and the guy who did that no parachute jump. That's what Twitch is talking about.
Yeah, he says he's been preparing for this for 2 years. So.
All right.
Yeah, well, I say that about everything I do. I was like, I've been working on that for months.
Yeah. So
it came to me in a dream.
So the only stunt part about it is the fact, or the endurance stunt part that he does, is the fact that he's able to hold on to this for such an amount of time.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, after a certain height, it's safe to fall at any time.
Right.
So between that and 2,000 or 5,000 feet higher, it's all the same. Like you let go, you skydive, you pull your chute.
That's true. Yeah.
But he's doing this for the mass of dodos. They're like, oh my God, this is so dangerous. And when they don't realize, like, all right, after 200 feet, you're safe to let go of the balloons.
I think I'd enjoy these more if I felt like he was less prepared. Like, that's always more impressive to me.
Yeah. The fact that he announces that he prepares shouldn't be. It should appear as if he's doing this hey, get the balloon.
Well, he does that for liability issues, like a kind of like a don't try this at home type of thing. Like, I'm a professional.
Yeah, but
I've been practicing. I have professionionals helping me with
this.
But
I have never adhered to that. I have never adhered to the idea.
When you see someone say don't try this at home, you do it anyway?
No, I've never adhered to the idea that if David Blaine did that and then some kid did that, then in any way David Blaine would be held responsible for that. I never buy that. I've never bought into the whole, like when MTV did those things like, this is jackass, don't try this at home. I was like, yeah, no S. Just because they do so, they shouldn't though, is my point. They should not be sued because it is not up to them. Yeah. I see people walking to Publix when I got my sandwich with Samantha. I saw at least 5 different people doing stupid things, and I know not to do those things.
Yeah.
Whether it's speeding, rolling through a stop sign, throwing a cigarette butt out my window. You know what I mean?
It's big corporations get scared that of lawsuits, so it's like they, heavy with the don't try this home, don't do this. Everybody's afraid of getting sued.
Yeah.
So it's all nonsense. But I agree. It's like you shouldn't have to say don't do this. Don't fill a bunch of balloons full of helium and hold on and then just float off into it. See how high you can get it. Like, why do you even have to say that?
Hey, Brock, if that's true, you should call in. We have a person in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. Brock BDM says, oh, man, I went to the Chris Angel stunt where he was supposed to be in an old hotel when they demolished it. You could see the little F word run out from underneath a good 5 minutes before the building fell. The entire crowd started booing loud as hell. That's awesome. I want to be at that. I never get to go to the fun stuff.
Look, he's running away. Boo! We came here to see you die. Like, what are you booing at?
You knew it was fake.
Yeah. Like, you went to a Chris Angel
that's fantastic.
magic stunt. What did you think was going to happen?
We should boo you for going to the stunt.
Yeah. You're the fools. He's doing what he's going to do.
He told you he knew he was going to do a trick.
Yeah, if he told you it's magic, which means fake.
Right? Oh man! Oh, he's calling. He's gonna call in.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted him to tell the story and set the scene, and I want to know where this was at and what happened to old Chris Angel.
We are way over, by the way.
Yeah, man. Let's make this Thursday, and then we'll just do a short.
We do whatever we want.
Yeah.
We make the rules.
Yeah, there he is, Sam. Here, I'll pop him up. Hey, Brock, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so what happened? So you went to see Chris Angel. Where were you at?
So I live in Tampa. I was going to USF at the time, and my buddy and I always watched Mind Freak when we were, younger.
Yeah,
and
everybody did, man.
They were gonna. Oh yeah. So they were gonna demo an old hotel in Clearwater Beach, and he made this whole thing up about how he was gonna stay in it, and he was basically just gonna blow himself up. So it became this whole thing, all the rednecks pack around the hotel at a safe distance, and they have those big inflatable screens.
Hold on,
they're showing.
Before you continue, a little known fact that people don't talk about: Tampa is redneck heavy.
Oh man!
Oh God, yeah.
And we learned that from all our friends that do radio over there. They're like it's
different.
Yeah, it's
like when people talk about going diving. They're like, it's a different world down there.
There's a lot of rednecks around here. I'm like, really?
And then we went over there one day, and then Tom and I came back, and we're like, wow.
I thought for whatever reason in my fantasy it was like fancier. It was like Orlando but on the water.
I always thought it was. I always thought that too.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I always thought it was fancier Orlando on the water, and it is not.
Yeah, they have more rednecks than Orlando.
Oh, it's
But
it's
anyway,
still Florida.
So they put the big screens up, and what are they playing?
So they're playing what's obviously pre-produced, like bad angles and it's got the time code at the bottom, and it's like.
That's
okay,
what
I'm running through all these.
I did that, Brock. I did that for Tom's Druggy the Bear stunt at the old Amway, and mine was damn good, dude.
That's how dumb. That's how dumb the public is, by the way. If you just put a timestamp as if it's the same time, people are like, "Look, it's proof that it's the same time." Like as if you couldn't just put a clock.
I mean, all I did, honestly, and this was this sealed the deal, is I put a Real Radio 104.1 logo in the left corner.
Yeah.
And the people are like, "Oh yeah, that's the feed."
Oh, that makes it official. Yeah.
Yeah, and
it's live. Oh, and then
I will say it looked really good, dude.
Then you put a live feed text on top that is like going in and out.
Yeah,
exactly.
That signals
Yeah.
everybody. Look, it has a live. It says the word live.
It says
and
live,
it's red and it's
red,
pulsing.
and every 5 seconds it goes off, back on.
And there's some static in there. Just has to be live. They couldn't just put in static. You watch a movie in the 90s with dinosaurs in it.
So what happened? When did the crowd turn?
So we're watching this. I know it's pre-produced. Everybody kind of knows it is because he kept going and running in straight lines. And the thing is, this hotel is not that big, but he was running for like 5 minutes in different angles. It was a whole thing.
Oh, he's trying to run out of the hotel?
Yeah, like they made it. I think he was chained up inside was the joke. But the thing is, you couldn't see it because it was a fake feed.
Ah, okay.
So it didn't make. So it was like the Houdini escaped the water milk jug thing, whatever. But yeah, so he escapes being chained up, and then he's just running around frantically because apparently there are no exit zones in this hotel. Mm-hmm. And then about 5 minutes before the actual demolition happens, you can see him run from underneath, like a little tunnel underneath the hotel, and just kind of like get into like a little safe area.
Does he come stand with you guys? He comes over, he's standing next to you smoking a cigarette and brushing some dust off of his True Religion jeans.
The whole stunt was they pre-filmed him trying to get out of chains. Meanwhile, he's just there. The demolition crew is not going to blow up the building until he's safe in this area, and then they blow it up. He knew they were blowing up a building, and then tailored this whole publicity stunt out of it. Yeah. That's hilarious.
And then everybody, it was one of the loudest boos I've ever heard, and I've been I'm a USF fan.
And I'm a USF fan. That's awesome.
Did you see him be sad about it?
Yeah,
when everybody's booing, did he put his head down like, ah?
I would like to think that maybe a raven on his shoulder would turn to him and be like, "You'll get him next time." I want the Grim Reaper's patting his back.
Well, Kosha Kimla he's just a nerd. He's just a magic nerd, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's his gimmick is like, I'll be the rocker magic nerd. But he practiced magic his entire teens. He's a nerd. Like he just grew his hair long and got.
You're not a magician and not a nerd.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, go ahead, Brock.
I was going to say, I think that what drew everybody's eye was the light reflecting off his razzle jeans.
No,
yeah, you can't wear.
You can't sneak out with razzles.
Yeah, you can't wear a lot of like rings and like pointy boots and not be singled out.
Also, I feel like you are insulting everybody's intelligence at one point, where it's like you're playing the fake feed and people are watching it, and you're pretending to be confused, like you can't get out of the hotel, and you're like. You were trying to tell me that you didn't have any idea where the exit was when you started this whole thing? Like, you didn't have
kind of went off half-cocked, man.
Yeah, like you didn't have a clear idea of how to get out of the building, and you're lost running around. Like, you're insulting all of us at this point.
Yeah.
And
at least
I'm not going to lie to you.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, I'm not going to lie to you. That crowd, kind of hard to insult their intelligence.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Well,
but they booed him, so they knew.
That's right.
And if you're in Tampa, grab a homeless man and deck him out in razzle jeans.
Oh, yeah.
And leave him in the hotel when they blow it up. And make people think, leave the feed on.
Yeah, and then they're pulling.
Yeah, they pull the body. Like,
they're like, oh my God.
We're like, oh my Lord. That's weird.
He's fatter than I remember.
Yeah, he's way fatter. And I don't remember him having a dog with goggles on crying next to his body. Okay.
All right, Brock. See you later. That is funny.
We'll take a little break.
I know, we're gone.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah. Bye-bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our producer, Samantha's here. Hello, Sam.
Hi.
Butler's here. What's going on? Sales guy extraordinaire, Butler.
Hello.
So we got a little magic theme of today's ACT. You'll hear a second segment talk a little more about it. But so we were talking about, like, fooling the audience. Like, this was like Chris Angel and some of the current day, like I almost said comedians, but magicians. They'll fool a live audience or try to do it legit, where they get real reactions and not use the plants and the actors, which I assume they used for David Copperfield back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, and I don't know how he decides when people would be in on the trick or when people would not be?
Because I remember as a kid watching when David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear, and then they had the small group of audience on like some sort of dock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then
they wanted real reaction, but
and then when he bring the cover down and then it was gone, the people would be like, "Whoa!" But they had to have seen the mirror or whatever they used. You know, like I mean, it's all there. It's not like they looked
I still
over.
don't understand how he accomplished that.
Some of it is TV editing mixed with mirrors and things like, but the audience, I assume, was in on it. Like they did not look over and live saw the same thing the TV audience, because it was for TV. Because they were well aware that, okay, who cares who gets fooled live? This is for millions of TV audience. Back in the day where David Copperfield specials used to be like the whole GD nation was watching it.
Yeah, that was 1983.
The Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
I remember watching. Maybe I watched a replay.
Had to be a replay.
Because I was only one. So
I was 7 then.
Yeah. But I remember that one specifically, and the people standing at the dock. But I must have watched.
You probably
some of
saw where like he did another thing, and they're like some of his past tricks.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Well, they would replay stuff like that.
Yeah. So anyway, Butler, you said you were live at a Copperfield magic trick?
Yeah. It was God. It must have been 1985 though. It was at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. They used to have like an amphitheater kind of pavilion. And we
David Copperballs.
Yeah, my older brother, my parents, we all saw David Copperfield with some other English families, and I remember being absolutely terrified. He made some kid disappear and turned him into a pillow person. So I remember that kind of dates it when it was, because
turned him into a pillow.
like the wrestler.
No. That was a wrestling
sock
buddy. But these things, no, they were like just like a square pillow, and they had like faces on them. They're from like the 80s. They were like they're weird, but like that's what he turned this kid into, and it for
so
some reason
2 years after making the Statue of Liberty disappear, he's making pillow pets.
Well, that's why
stupid.
That's why I was kind of shocked when she said it was 1983. I was thinking it must have been later on, because I was seeing him in Williamsburg in like 85.
Well, he's still doing other gigs. Like they do a big, like it's like a band would do a big nationally televised, but they would still do like their smaller shows in St. Pete at the amphitheater. So you know what I'm saying? Like, is that gonna make money? So I'm sure they paid him to go and do live magic. And man, Copperfield made an insane amount of money. Look up.
He owns like multiple islands, right? So basically, spoiler alerts, guys. So what he did was, where'd it go? How did he do it? So he raised a sheet in front of the statue, and then when he dropped it, Lady Liberty was gone. However, she was actually just hidden behind one of the towers that held the sheet up. So it was all like a perspective angle type thing. So David moved the platform everyone was on using loud music so the audience wouldn't know or feel the shift. So he was actually moving the platform everyone was standing on so that at the angle that you were looking at before,
so he's changing the perspective.
So
that
he
makes
was
sense.
Fooling the actual audience.
Changed the perspective so that the statue went behind the tower.
That's pretty damn cool that he would use perspective. And okay, now I have more respect for it.
If you watch the radar machine next to David as he is making the statue disappear, you can see a glare appear because at that point the stage is moving.
Gotcha. So I was under the assumption that everybody was plants and they were just actors.
Well, how did you get those tickets for that then? If
it was only plants? 12 people.
They probably
had to handpick the dodos,
That
otherwise, like David Copperfield, people been hyper vigilant, like me, who was looking for stuff.
Like, wait a minute, they moved us a little bit. Like, I bet you it was probably like a mixture of like they're real people, but also maybe friends and family.
Interview for your
chance. They had an influencer in there, guaranteed.
It was all.
You get at least
and they were saying that like basically like blasted loud music and stuff, so you wouldn't hear the platform shift.
You get 1 or 2 people in there, and I think you play it like a jury. And you get 1 or 2 people in there that are in on it with you that can influence the other people.
Oh my God! And then you're like, oh yeah, I guess so.
You just need a couple guys.
Screams, it's gone! Right when you're like,
you get me on there, and I'm like, man, I'm so nervous. You think you can do this? And some guys I don't believe in any magic. And then I know what to do. I gotta help this guy believe. But they wouldn't have picked that guy anyway.
Yes, I'm saying they like handpick it like a jury, but also they make sure that everybody like wants it to go successful too.
You want people
there's
that
not some
are
troll or some
positive. That's the problem right now.
He's worth $1 billion.
Whoa!
Yeah, $1 billion.
Yeah.
Those LA stints, man. Those In
That's-
Las Vegas.
Remember when he was with Claudia Schiffer?
Yeah.
No, he used to get the
years.
he
He's
was
creepy. looking,
He is
right?
creepy. Yeah.
Well, he's a nerd too. Like he's a nerd that turned into like this mystical magician that has but really deep down he's just a magic nerd.
and he
that-
makes really nerdy jokes. I mean, the corniest.
Oh,
of-
yeah.
Hold on, how did he make $1 billion?
Because not only is his magic shows like some of the most expensive to go see, but also he's got a lot of crazy investments he did over the years in real estate that he owns a bunch of real estate.
There it is.
So he
He's
just
like, do a trick, buy a building.
Yeah.
Do a trick, buy a building.
because
you
he
know?
was getting
Do a trick, buy
paid
an island.
Yeah.
massive because those TV specials had a bigger audience than they would ever now.
And
yeah.
he also owns like a bunch of different restaurants, merchandising. He owns his own like magic memorabilia collections that he sells off to people.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so he'll always
Yeah, but
be
is he a bad
billion.
Is he a bad dude?
There were rumors, I remember back in
Yeah.
the day, that some sketchy shit happened on his island. Damn, I forgot we were doing ACT.
No.
Oh God, I didn't even catch that.
You looked me dead in the eyes, and I'm like, no one noticed that.
Yeah,
No, no,
I was
no.
like, say it
That would've
again,
flown.
say it again.
Yeah.
I love it. Can't get enough of it.
By the way, the person that invents the vaccine for COVID, so there's going to be some Indian guy that makes $13,000 a year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
David Copperfield, $1
The guy's
billion.
literally working his ass all day
Right? Doesn't-
and night to
He's
try and save humans'
He's
lives.
doing nonsense.
This guy turned a deck. He turned an old deck so 12 idiots wouldn't see
he
the
tricked
Statue
idiots.
of Liberty behind a tower.
One of our highest paid humans just tricks idiots.
Yeah, so I found it. It says he appeared to be referring to accusations in 2007 by former beauty queen Lacey Carroll,
Yeah.
accused Copperfield of imprisoning and assaulting her at his Bahamas home. I knew there was something about like some kind of sexual misconduct with him on an island, but he has his own island too, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe he owns an island in the
That's
Bahamas.
where you go when you get enough money. You go straight island.
Yeah.
You go
Especially
island
when
shopping.
you're really horny.
Yeah.
Then you bring all your celebrity friends over there.
I don't know why you need an island to do that. I do just fine in my wife's office.
Well, there was a time where owning your own island was like the cool rich guy thing. I think it
Now you
doesn't-
need that movable island. Have you seen that
Well,
one?
you just
they
rent-
got that one now that's got engines on it. Have you seen
What?
that?
Oh, it's just like a giant floating
Yeah, but
structure.
it looks like an island.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
It's just a ginormous boat, and you just drive it around.
But there's like trees and
Yeah.
sand in it.
Yeah,
but
houses.
it's on like a barge type thing.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
So it's
It is stupid.
Yeah, it looks like a round, like the novelty deserted island. You know, like a palm tree with sand, like that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
and you
but,
drive it around.
but just a
That's
barge.
only like oil tycoon money, right?
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
no way.
Oh,
it's not that big. It's like
there's a real big one that some guy in Dubai has apparently.
oh yeah.
They
Dubai.
also have a giant fake, like sand installation of the world in
It's
the
called
water.
Yeah, it's called the islands. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Oh, no.
the world
Crazy.
islands, like
Butler.
the palm tree islands.
Tuna Daddy's calling you out in the old chat. He says the event at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, was actually the magic of David Copperfield, and they used lookalikes. It wasn't actually David Copperfield. And then he put exclamation point Uncle Dijon.
I was also 4 years old, so you really give me a
But
break.
you went your whole life. Like, I saw.
You
how
saw
many
Jerry
times-
Copperfield.
Jerry Copperfield.
How many people did you tell? It's like me that I thought I was Cherokee Indian. Your whole life, you're like, I saw David Copperfield at Busch Gardens, and the whole time.
It is funny because when you guys called Butler in here, we do talk to somebody in the next segment who went and saw Chris Angel, and in the chat he was like, "Wow, Butler had to come in and one up me with his David Copperfield story."
he also saw Paul McCartney. It's McArt.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that goes to show you how bad our memories are and how dead set. Like if you would have told
I thought
Butler,
it was weird that he went from Statue of Liberty to Pillow Pal. It was like a,
Right?
a little odd, you know.
I was confused myself.
You
I
know
didn't.
what? I'm gonna go with the easy stuff. I think I got an easy crowd.
he pulled a long, it looked like a bunch of handkerchiefs out of his mouth.
Wait, when did he do the Statue of Liberty? 83 and 85. I saw him stuff a kerchief into a plastic thumb.
He had had a coloring book, and then the pages were blank.
I saw a dead dove roll out of his top hat.
You saw a birthday magician, and you thought it was David Copperfield.
Look how mad he is. He's
You deserve it.
Yeah, don't get mad at us.
You're like, I saw David Copperfield. I'm like, well, then come in, like, just tell us a
Come in
story.
here. Come on in here, cop. You're David Chopperfield.
Yes! All right, Pabone, get on it. Get on it, Pabone.
Oh my God, I made myself lightheaded.
Stupid tuna daddy.
And it's just David Chopperfield to make his job disappear.
You just made Sam Little Girl squeal. She goes, ah!
That's how I know it's a good one.
Oh, damn it.
And if
Got him again.
I can make a person with that much damage crack,
He wasn't here when she was giving us the damage report.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Every day it's a little more.
Some of the,
like,
some
stop
of the
telling
things
it.
about her childhood Sam was telling us this morning, brother. Holy
It's
crap.
it's worse and worse.
We were like, you got to stop.
Yeah, it can only take some ice. I gotta eat lunch.
All right,
sad.
let's take a break. We'll come back. Bye.
Bye. Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, warm up those emails. I'll warm up the voicemails. Let's plug something while I open these voicemails.
You can go on tomanddan.com or the app, and we've got some new merch. By the time you're hearing this, we should have masks up there. We should have some new other things. What else are we getting? There's the little whiskey rocks glasses.
Oh, those are beautiful.
They should be up there. I mean, anyway, go on the merch section, and there should be new stuff.
Full transparency, we're recording this
Way ahead of time.
way ahead of time.
Yeah.
And
So
we're-
everything might be sold out at
Yeah,
this
and
point.
we're trying
but
to-
check the site.
We're trying to predict and line these things up.
Yeah.
We normally don't do a good job. You know, I have a good feeling about this one, though. I think you're going to do this one. I think that's going to work.
Yeah.
I'll go first. How do you feel about brown butts?
Okay, I like brown.
Me too.
Hey, is this thing on? I want to call in today about men's thongers at poolside. I've got a collection of them. I've got a brown butt. I want to tell you all about it. Call me back.
We're not calling you back.
I'll say the number. Beep it out.
Beep.
Okay, and then he...
You could have just told us about it in the message.
I mean, that man is proud of tanning his rear end.
So, what do you think he's doing it for? The joke, right? This guy is the quintessential. I'm wearing the Speedo or the thong to make my friends laugh.
It's got to be, and I'll tell you why. If he was doing it at his own pool, which you have a pool, you do not have a pool?
Technically, I have a doggy pool right now that I use.
Right, but you have a fenced-in yard
Yep,
that's privacy fenced. Okay, you both have that.
I may or may not have bought a thonger this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
For personal use, though. I'm not
Hey,
going out to the beach.
Why are you even saying that? That's a nice way to have this guy driving by in his Trump truck
Gonna
every day.
lay next to my
Yeah.
10-foot tall tomato plant
Yeah.
and
No,
tan my
come on.
He'll
buns.
peek it over.
No.
But
That's what I make drones for.
Oh, my God.
If mine's missing off my desk, you'll know.
It's like a tomato
He's just
leaves.
covered in tomato sauce.
No,
what?
he's trying to be covert and cover it in
fluid in there. He's
leaves.
chopping the tomatoes
Is
up.
my tomato plant flying?
If anybody's going to fly a drone over your backyard while you're in a thonger, it's Butler, and you know that. Okay?
He does know where I live.
I'm just going to
That's
throw that
chopper
out
move,
there.
yeah.
You 100% know that if
Yeah,
he...
I have no idea where you live.
Yeah, I don't either. I haven't
Your
been
wife
there.
sold me the house.
I know,
so
I
you
know.
could just
He
He
ask
doesn't
her.
talk to her.
Well, she said our area of town, but I don't know anything.
So this guy,
There it is.
if he was just going in his backyard and doing that, he wouldn't wear the thong. You see my point?
You don't think so?
No, if you
just
were
go nude.
you just go nude.
Yeah.
Oh.
You would
Because
just go
why-
nude.
Well,
I
maybe
would.
he doesn't want his boys in the front to get burned.
You put a piece of tinfoil over it.
but if
That's
it-
worse.
no, it
But
Bake it like a
reflects.
potato.
It reflects.
But you're laying on your stomach so they wouldn't get burned. Like,
well, if you tuck them through.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
I tuck mine through.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, he might lay on his back too to get his thighs
When
tan.
you lay belly down on your bed,
Yeah.
do you put your rifle aiming to God or do you point your rifle aiming to Satan?
Well, to God for sure, because I can't do it the other way. The other way hurts if it's a.
Oh, I go straight down to Satan.
Well,
And sometimes I go sideways.
yeah. Is it relaxed or what are you
It's
talking about?
a boot cut.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not. Can't do that. I see the people that can. They got they're more limber.
But they're little.
Oh, little people?
But little rifles.
No. I think that's a big rifle move. Yeah.
Trust me, it's not.
If you're a little rifle, then it can go. It doesn't even go past out of the cave to see what is daylight or not.
Right.
Yeah. You just it's no way of getting that.
Girls
much.
don't sit around and talk about the size of their anatomy, do they? Because I would like to think that in a parallel universe there are women somewhere talking about.
I mean, I'm sure someone. I mean, they have talked about it.
You ever talked about that?
But,
about
the size of your anatomy with other women?
I mean, maybe boobs as far as like how things fit.
That counts.
Because sometimes like when we're selling a lady shirt, they're
girls
like, how does
talk
it
about
fit?
boobs, guys talk about the other thing.
Yeah, but I never talked to anybody, you or anybody of my friends, about the size of it. Because none.
I asked every single one of your friends the first time I meet them.
Everybody's the same. No, there's no outlier. Like although my Porno Joe has always, when he was in high school, the nickname was Buffalo Bees, but not bees. But I don't. Anyway, and he used to show my punk rock shows and stuff. And
That's a weird move.
Yeah, it is a weird move.
And it was the 90s.
It's a different.
It was the whole high school age too. So
when did you graduate high school?
When? 2000. But Joe was 99 and 98. I think he was 98.
You've been out of high school 20 years, dude.
20 years, yeah.
Woo.
COVID year would have been my reunion, even though
I've been out of high school 26 years.
No. And when you say it like that, it's just like, whoa, lots of time. Like,
That's absolutely crazy.
But anyway.
I want to tan my butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why?
Because sometimes I get burned.
It is startling if the rest of your body is tan and then you just have a white butt.
But I'm used to that. Also, it's a thing that I used to see many tan people always had white butts because it wasn't like be pre-tanning, but it was a 80s 90s thing. It was that tan white butt, the tan line.
Yeah,
and I like it.
Yeah, I like it too, but I will say I think that like lately when I've been going, this is probably just like my chubby's bathing suits don't fit as well anymore because I lost weight this year. So they sag a little bit, and lately I've been getting right on the crack of my butt. I get burn bad. Like can't
skin.
go to sleep burnt.
Yeah.
And that's why
it's been super white.
I'm thinking that if I started a tanning
Yeah.
regimen on my rear end, that it could be beneficial for summertime.
Yeah, that's a lot of effort.
It is very off-putting in adult films when you see men that are completely tan, where their butt's tan, and then their armpits are tan.
Yeah, that's tanning bed.
That's tanning bed.
Yeah, and that is it's off-putting. They always look a little red.
So back to this guy that wears a thonger. It's got to be the joke. If it's not a joke, then it's a cultural thing, and you have to be European. I will not accept that you are a Florida redneck guy that's wearing a thong just because you want to tan your butt. I tell him his voice. He is doing it. The clown.
There's a couple tip-offs here. When he said, "I got a collection of them," you went too far.
Yeah.
And you don't. You probably have one.
Yeah. You've got one novelty one that you wear.
You bust it out
to make your drunk friends laugh. I know how it is. But the Wizard's like this. He
Yeah.
had a tiny Killian Speedo that he used to wear on the camping trip, and it was just to make us all laugh because he used to run around in the Speedo. And
with like boots on.
But it was just to make people laugh. To troll. And he would say, "Oh no, I like this."
He wanted the attention.
Yeah. That's all.
Okay. You got an email?
Yeah.
All right.
So this person has a merch idea. It says, I think you should rip off the 90s Dare logo and make it say NARP. You know, the old black shirt with the red lettering. I think it would be a perfect piece of merch for y'all's store. Hell, I'd buy 2 or 3 of them. Now, Seth's going to want a cut of that because he coined NARP.
No, I won't give him a cut.
He probably would, but...
I'll do it just so he sell it, and then he expects a cut, and then I don't give it to him, drive him crazy. That would be
Did
the only
Sticker
reason.
Wolf make that a sticker? Because I remember when they gave us some extra little stickers to put in some of our, I think for the 10-year anniversary, remember there was that extra sticker pack? Didn't they make the Dare logo say NARP? Am I crazy? Wasn't that a sticker?
I don't remember that.
Maybe that's where he's seeing it from.
So then that's not even your idea, dude.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm pretty sure. I think I have a couple at my house.
Oh, I want
Also,
one.
are you willing to bet that we will sell at least 50 of these? Because that's where my, that's where it becomes where I'm losing money or a break even. If we print 100, can I sell half just to break
even?
even?
There have been some crazy merch ideas that have been emailed to me before. Like guys are like, you guys should do leather jackets. And I'm like
$360.
Also, it's Florida.
Do you mean like biker style, or do you want it to be like one of those like quilted, super expensive, like Ralph Lauren, like?
I want the Fonz style.
You
like
want
Indiana Jones with a map on the inside? Remember the ones? The brown bomber jacket had a map on the inside.
Or like something like Joey would wear from Friends to a fancy, you know what I'm saying? Like you with that leather jacket, but though you wearing like nice pants, it's like there's fancier leather jacket. Like Indiana Jones, like rugged leather, like cowboy.
Yeah.
But then there's like a step up where you wear a leather jacket in New York in the 90s, and that was considered like.
But big people like those the most.
Oh, leather jackets.
Like black leather jacket, like big Ralphie May. I mean, he had a leather.
But it squeaks. Oh,
but it was.
You're like, how much does that cost?
Yeah, it looked like a car cover.
That
it's huge.
That had to have cost
like Big Pun. Mm-hmm. I mean, huge leather jacket.
I mean, 10 times more than a traditional leather jacket, right? Just from the amount of leather.
Yeah, and it's heavy. I mean, the thing weighs as much as a real Halo suit. You know?
Yeah, because just so much square footage of leather.
Yeah. You have no choice but to be warm when you put that thing on. You put on 3 cows.
I've never had a leather jacket or even worn a leather jacket in my entire life.
Oh, we got to change that. We got to get you a leather jacket. I had a leather blazer from the Gap, boy. Black leather blazer from the Gap. I thought I was hot.
But dude, it's Florida. Like,
no, I never wore it.
It gets cold. Yeah, it just seems like it's,
Every leather jacket that I've had in Orlando, I've gotten sweat stains in the pits.
Ooh.
Because it's just too hot.
Yeah. And do you have to condition them and stuff?
You should, but normally
they dry out.
Normally they dry out. Yeah, mine have or they get like a weird thing where it's like leather is weird because it was organic, right? So you hang them up. And they can get like brittle, or they can get like sticky.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like
they get too hot.
They dry rot, or it's weird.
Yeah, you have to like put some oils on them, some leather oils, or like condition them. Yeah, it's like a car, right, with leather seats.
Yeah, you should condition them now and again, but
it's too much work.
Yeah, let's get you a leather jacket this year. Let's get you a full Eddie Murphy delirious red leather outfit and a tiny kufi hat. A little red kufi hat.
I imagine leather pants, are they comfortable? They're
I
thin,
can't
right?
I had a pair of leather pants. They were very comfortable.
Really?
Yeah, and they stretch out.
So they're stretchy.
Well, they're not stretchy, but they do give.
Okay.
They're not like elastic stretchy, but they give.
Especially in Florida, leather pants is worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had leather pants with my initials on my butt.
Be hard to peel off when you're going to the bathroom.
Where do you have that? Like, how'd you get that?
I've found them at they were like in a leather shop, like a biker leather shop.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just looking through the jackets, and then there was a pair of leather pants. They just happened to be my perfect size.
What are the odds?
I know, right? And leather, like the guy that stitched it, he was like, "Oh yeah, I can cut them and stitch them to fit you." I was like, "Can you put my initials on my butt?"
These were made for biker Teddy Ruxpin. We'll just put them for sale.
Yeah, and as a gag, I put my initials on my ass.
But that was like back in the Monster Band days.
Yeah. I just put it because I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was funny. I eventually gave them to Goodwill, which is sort of embarrassing. Somewhere there's a small little person, homeless little person wearing leather pants with double D on their butt somewhere.
Do they? We need to talk to someone. This is a good weird job. If anybody out there is listening that knows someone, but I want to talk to someone who works at the store, the Goodwill store, but like a manager or somewhere like making decisions or whatever, because. Is there an amount of time where they leave the clothes out, and after a certain amount of time that they don't sell, do they then throw them away, or do they just on the floor forever? Like, is there you know what I'm saying?
I think if they don't sell, and I don't know how long they leave it out, but eventually they do go to the clearance center.
Okay, but then after the clearance, like when do they?
Basically, the clearance
punt
center
them?
things will be like a penny because they're just trying to get
But
rid of
when
it
do they
without
become
quote unquote
trash?
throwing it away. I don't think it ever is.
Like Teddy Ruxpin leather pants with a DD on the ass of them. Like
those will sell, dude.
will they?
Yeah.
Some girl probably bought them.
Yeah,
You
I
underestimate the people at Goodwill. If they
Yeah.
see leather pants for $5, they're buying them.
guess. Okay, gotcha. So at a certain price, anything will be
Right.
sold.
Grady
Like,
Seasons bought 2 pairs of leather pants from Joey Fatone's estate sale.
No.
You guys in the chat room today got some killer
Hold
stories.
on. Why does he have an estate sale?
I think he sold his house and moved to a different place.
Okay, well,
and so
that's
you
called
know,
a garage sale. A estate sale is
when you're
Someone
dead.
passes, yeah.
you die. Yeah, so it's his garage sale.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Fat Ones killed him when his hot
no,
dog.
he's still alive.
Is that place still open?
I think the one in the mall is, or maybe it's not, and the food truck is. Maybe I'm getting
Yeah, I
mixed
think the
up.
food
yeah,
truck's
the food
going.
truck I think is going, but I think the one in the mall did not make it.
Well, it's probably way too much rent for the and then
Florida mall rent, yeah, that's
like
a lot.
I remember the manager told me what they paid in rent or what corporate paid to rent a Champ Sports, and it was like some absurd amount that I blew my socks off. Now that was when I was in my 20s, so any amount would blow my socks off, but it was like a crazy. I was like, what? That much?
Yeah.
And all those stores are, I imagine they're cheaper now, right? I mean,
Not at the Florida mall.
Yeah, because of tourism and stuff. But now,
Yeah.
But like
God.
when Festival Bay opened, it never fully had like storefronts and they were cheap.
But they had weird stores
Yeah,
in there, though.
that's why,
Like,
yeah.
they had this store. You know, I always get sad.
I think when they first opened, they charged so much, and then they just never. They had to keep driving the prices, but because in the beginning, I think they missed their mark,
Man.
so
They've
it never.
They've
It
went out of
wouldn't.
business multiple times.
If you want to make me sad, just be an old man who opens a very large and crammed to the gills with every team tchotchke you can find. Be an old man that opens an independent sports store where all you sell is little wall mountings that say like Raiders parking here.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts my heart
I
when
hate
I
those
walk in there.
Yeah.
No, I mean it
It's like
doesn't.
sports
I
fanatics.
feel sorry.
Yeah.
Like as soon as
You're
I
like,
see
oh my
that-
God, old man, there's $1 million in inventory.
I was like,
this is
yeah.
bad.
Why do you
The
have,
internet.
Why do you have so I know.
Yeah, you shouldn't have it all here.
God, I go,
No.
why do you have all? And you're walking around, and then then you walk into and they got an old Miami Dolphins Tannehill jersey with dust all over it. No one's been in there, and he's back there with his wife, and they're playing like oldies channel, and this is his dream.
Yeah.
I can go on Amazon right now, 1-day delivery, and get it $20 cheaper than you're
Right.
selling it, old man. You're ruined.
I can buy it cheaper from AtlantaFalcons.com, like the actual team.
Yeah, because all those stores are expensive as hell
And
too,
they're
because they're trying to
all-
make up for the
Yeah.
rent. Yeah.
And they're all garbage.
The
Like,
rent, the
Yeah.
employees, everything.
And
like-
he's over there. He's selling like a brass New York Yankees touch lamp, and I'm like, "Oh man!" And then what I just want to tell him, I want to walk back there and go, "Excuse me, sir. I know you don't know me, but you gotta sell all this stuff as quickly as humanly possible.
Yeah, this is bad.
You gotta get out of here, and
Yeah.
you gotta go somewhere. Do you have any kids?" And he goes, "Who the hell are you?" And I'll be like, "Just listen to me. I'm from the future. You need to go live with your kids until you can get back on your feet. You need to. You have to stop this. This is bad for your health."
Try to sell it now before it gets too bad, because soon there'll be you'll show up. There'll be a damn chain on the, on the sliding.
It's gonna get out of hand.
Yeah, and then the bank's gonna sell it all for pennies, and
you're gonna end up crying. It's gonna take a toll, and you're gonna end up getting a divorce from your wife who's here. You think she wants to be here?
She told you this was a dumb idea.
Yeah.
You wouldn't listen.
And look, you accomplished the dream. You have the storefront, and you filled it with garbage. Now you got to get rid of it. Your dream is over.
Yeah. This is as best as the dream can get.
Yeah. Do you see all these? When
it will
others,
not be successful.
When other sporting goods stores like Dick's and Play It Again and all of those Sports Authority are all going out of business, you think you're going to make it because
Right.
you sell Raiders parking here.
On the internet, you can buy it for cheaper. 1-day delivery, same day.
Oh God!
All right, we gotta go. Bye.